Hello, friends. Today is the 27th of April, and I would like to make a quick check in with you. How do you feel? Because today, early in the morning, I assume while we were still, most of us, sleeping, happened the full moon in Scorpio. It was actually a super moon. Yeah, you could see it 2 nights even before this night. That the moon looked huge and looked as if it's very, very close to us, to Earth. So I think the intensity of such super moon being a full moon and being in the sign of Scorpio must be very overwhelming for most of people on Earth. Yeah, because generally Scorpio is known as a sign of very big intensity, very emotional, even though that it's not always visible on the surface. For example, my sun is in Scorpio, not only the sun, but also I have a stellium of 5 planets in Scorpio, so I can seem pretty cool from outside, but inside of me it can be described as a volcano of thoughts, of feelings, of considerations, of reactions to some external triggers. So, generally, for each sign, this full moon can trigger or illuminate something different. And I would like to record a video explaining for each different sign what areas of life would be highlighted and in which areas of life you would experience some revelations or culminations, because the effect will not be, of course, only today, even though some of you might already feel it today, but will last 2 weeks before the following new moon in Taurus. So basically, the sign of Scorpio. Uh, it's the eighth sign of the zodiac, and it's ruled by Mars. Mars is the traditional ruler, so you already can feel that Scorpio is a very strong, very passionate sign. Even though it's considered water sign, but the ruler is quite fiery. Mars is also the ruler of Aries, but the difference is that Aries acts very openly, and Aries is very reactive, and everyone can see how Aries feels and what Aries thinks, right? And what Aries wants. While Scorpio I usually describe as very deep water. Yeah, things are running close to the bottom of the ocean. um, Also, the second modern ruler of Scorpio is the small but very heavy planet Pluto, which, by the way, was deplanetized somehow. Scientists decided that it's too small to be a planet, so now it's called dwarf planet. Nevertheless, Pluto is seen as the ruler of the underworld, exactly, right? So it's well, the energy of Pluto is of destruction, but don't worry, all Scorpios around, and nowadays all people around. Yes, this full moon might show us the things we need to destroy in our life, we need to end. But why? Why? Well, in order to replace them with something better for us, right? Because Scorpio is known as the sign that regularly needs to pass through some very deep, very intense transformations. So it's a cycle of death and rebirth. That's why actually Scorpio rules sexuality and intimacy, intimate relationships and sex, but not just as a way of pleasure, like for instance Leo sign would also see it and rule it, but it's a sacred connection between the feminine and the masculine in order to unite, maybe to die the ego, die separately, and to unite to create something new together, or basically a new life, right? So Scorpio rules also deep, intense emotions, thoughts, and psychology. So when we're talking about the energy of Scorpio, we talk about need to dig deep into our psyche in order to discover where is the problem, right? Because Scorpios can be, frankly, the best surgeons and the best detectives and investigators of the zodiac, as Scorpio values everything real, authentic, honest, truthful. Scorpios are like walking human lie detectors, because even when a person doesn't realize that is doing at the moment something fake or lies somehow, yeah, or sugarcoats some facts or some truth, a Scorpio in front of this person will always sense it, will always feel it. That's why Scorpios always want to reach to the bottom of the matters. Scorpios love mysteries, secrets. Uh, in fact, Scorpio is a very secretive sign, so keeping a lot of secrets, but loving to discover the secrets of others, to see the mechanism, how people work, how people think, how people feel, the real emotions, yeah, the real honest feelings, and basically. I'm thinking now why exactly we Scorpios have this need to unveil the truth, to unveil the mechanism of things. Um, I'm not sure, because anyways, everyone is such a combines so many layers of truth and of, nothing, no one is just good or bad, nothing is just black and white, but Scorpios tend to see the world as black and white. Scorpios can be quite dramatic in their perceptions, mostly, very extreme, right? Extremism is also ruled by Scorpio. When you're ready to fight and to die for the truth, which is, of course, your subjective truth. So it's a very subjective sign. And yeah, it likes to eliminate everything that is either fake or harmful, basically, for you. That's why I mentioned about surgeons to be the profession good for Scorpios, as well as the detectives, because we like to uncover the truth. We feel where the dog is buried, as we say in Bulgarian language. um, but Scorpios are always very loyal partners, loyal family members, loyal friends, so you can always trust a Scorpio. At the same time, Scorpios love power and money, by the way, because or all sorts of resources and assets that give you power, or instruments of power, as well as psychological manipulation. So, unfortunately, when the world has not been very good to a Scorpio person, this person decides, okay, well, then I'm gonna take what is mine and what I want through power games, yeah, controlling people around me or manipulating them. So basically, for Scorpios, is essential to understand, realize, and accept their own inner strength, intensity, and power. Basically, I believe that these days we tend to feel exactly this scorpionic influences and emotions in our lives, whether at home with our relatives, family members, parents, children, perhaps in our romantic dating life, or at work. We might meet these days some intense emotions, feelings, unveiling some truths, some secrets that bring us like earthquakes of emotions inside of us. Well, please share with me if you feel something similar these days. Let's support each other and give each other some good vibrations, and yeah, and support, basically.